Yes, we're in a storage room. Hit the like button so I can move out this. Naruto Part 1 is better than Naruto Part 2. Now, this is a hot take because people love Shippuden. And while I do like Shippuden, Shippuden's not bad. I'm not gonna shit on it.
Stop the cap.
It's just I feel like Part 1 just has so much more of a ninja feel and it just felt way more nostalgic. I'm actually willing to go as far as to say Naruto probably has the best start out of the whole big three. And it's not even my favorite, with One Piece being my favorite out the big three. And I feel like Bleach has the best aesthetic out of the three, and also it being the most consistent. But I stand strong when I say Naruto had the best start. I mean, the Land of Waves? That shit heat. And then when you get done with the full-length episode of Naruto at the beginning and you just start hearing... Now, I can't play the whole thing. I wish I could, but that's heat. Now, if you want to get to the logistics of it, me personally, I like when animes aren't too formulaic. By the time we get to Naruto Shippuden, we know who our common enemy is. The Akatsuki. Organization that wants to get all the Jinchuriki in order to resurrect the Ten Tails. And obviously, with every villain organization, there's some sort of hierarchy, which at some point we know Naruto is going to have to go up against the top nigga in this organization due to him being the main character. Which he does. He fights Pain, Madara, all of that. Whereas in Naruto Part 1, it's not formulaic at all. Every ninja had the potential to be great. Kakashi being able to copy multiple ninjutsus. Shoot, even in the first arc, Zabuza and Haku, they're only relevant in their arc. Like, no one ever talks about them outside of their arc. But they were nice. They were throwing hands. You got characters like Rock Lee that whooped Sasuke the first encounter. It seemed like every person that you met was like that. And they all had very unique abilities. No shade to Shippuden, but it wasn't just Sharingan all the time, Genjutsus all the time, or giant planetary or Singons and stuff. They all had unique abilities and used them in unique ways, like an actual ninja. And going back to my Akatsuki point, the villains in Part 1, you never knew who they were gonna be. They just popped up and they were like that. I did not predict that in the end of the Chunin exams, we would have lost the third Hokage. Orochimaru's entrance was insane. Bro literally possessed somebody. He scratched that. He didn't possess him. He literally just took his body. Had her face melting into his. Ugh. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, Orochimaru's first appearance was so scary, and the music that plays, this man Sasuke shook. Early thought that ninja stuff wasn't for him. That bro thinking of alternative ways to kill Itachi. He was probably thinking about just waiting it out after that. Another point, which is one of my main points, is I like how interconnected all the characters are. In Part 2, they don't really interact with each other. They're always on longer missions and can't really see each other like that. Whereas in Part 1, they all kind of come up together. The characters often interact with each other and share dynamics, even if they're not from the same team, which makes me really attached to some of the characters. Whereas in Part 2, I didn't really feel attached to anyone that wasn't directly linked to Naruto or Sasuke, since Part 2 really just focuses on Naruto and Sasuke. And my favorite character, Rock Lee, and I don't even have to explain how they did him in Part 2, made bro an absent father. Alright, now about the serious topic, the elephant in the room. The power creep, bro. Some animes suffer from this more than others. But in Naruto, I feel like it's very obvious. From Naruto, we go about a show about these ninjas, and obviously they're not regular ninjas. They have powers, they can summon things and all this crazy stuff. It goes from hand signs, strategic thinking, to just who has the stronger jutsu, or who was born with crazy powers. They're using planetary explosion attacks in Shippuden. I feel like that really took away some of the charm that made Naruto good. My problem isn't just that they got stronger, because obviously in a battle anime, they're gonna have to keep getting stronger to keep people interested. It's just that in a story, you kind of have to retcon some things to put everyone on a new level. Because the show isn't gonna just keep introducing new characters just for the sake of introducing them, because then we're just gonna lose track of everything. So you have to make older characters somehow stronger. Like, for example, Tsunade being able to crack a Susanoo, not even just any Susanoo, Madara Susanoo, with her bare hands. I know she's strong, but bruh, there's no way you're that strong all of a sudden. I don't care if you had, what was it called? The little, I don't know, just black lines on your face or something. It is insane strength. And low-key, out of nowhere. I feel like if you're gonna make characters be able to just do some crazy, outlandish world feats, you gotta have, like, certain characters be able to do it and certain characters just not. Because by Shippuden, it felt like almost everybody could do it. Almost every member in the Akatsuki was moving crazy. I know y'all are all supposed to be this very capable, evil organization, but you mean to tell me every nigga in that bitch was moving different? You literally have a nigga with mouths for hands that could just commit suicide and blow the whole, renovate a whole continent. Sasuke only survived because of plot. And that's another thing. I don't really like Sasuke that much. I did like him way more in Part 1 low-key until he started bitching. But Shippuden really made me not like him. Almost all his wins in Shippuden is Mickey Mouse. At least in part 1, he had a conviction and stick to it. He was all over the place in Shippuden. Like, I get he's a teenager, but he really went through an edgy teenager phase. And the layups that part 1 did that just made me freaking salivate, foam from the mouth. Like me wanting to learn more about Neji's clan, the Hyuga, which they were supposed to be stronger than the Uchihas, but ended up just not. And all the training Rock Lee put in, I thought he was gonna be putting some crazy work in Shippuden. Bro did not. All the little layups they had for the part 1 characters all just got X'd out. Shoot, I almost didn't even feel bad for Naruto anymore in Shippuden. We're led to believe that he's an underdog and he's set up to just fail in part 1. But he had that dog in him. Literally, which is why he's built different. Then in part 2, it just feels like he was given everything. You mean to tell me the Uzumakis were this crazy ceiling clan that had crazy techniques and a bunch of chakra, which is why Naruto was MVP in the war. And on top of that, he was given Kurama. That nigga sound like a top dog to me, not no underdog. I don't know, bro. There was just a lot of stuff that I just felt like in Shippuden wasn't as magical as it was in part 1, if that makes sense. But that's just what I feel personally. I will say, after I watched Naruto part 1, I think I watched it on Netflix, and they didn't have Shippuden. So there was a year gap from when I watched Naruto part 1 and then when I finally watched Shippuden, because I literally went a year not even knowing there was a Shippuden. I was younger, wasn't on the internet as much. And you can instantly feel by the music choice and everything, the vibe of Shippuden just way different than part 1. It's way more sad and more serious. And I swear, this is not a Shippuden bash video. I just kind of had to like say some of the things that I don't like about Shippuden in order to boost part 1 up, so y'all can understand where I'm coming from. Naruto is a big reason why I even watch anime today. Obviously, DBZ was my first anime, but I didn't know DBZ wasn't anime. It was Naruto where my friend was like, watch this anime Naruto, watch that, and I started watching anime ever since. This is why I'm gonna always give it credit out the big 3. For some reason, I feel like a lot of people just like hating on Naruto. Like, did y'all niggas forget who really put niggas on? Naruto, bruh. Naruto really put most people on the anime for real. I feel like there's this shift where like people always want to say, oh, my favorite thing is the most underrated thing. Which, don't get me wrong, Bleach is really good, but in my opinion, I definitely feel like it's the weakest out of the big 3. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Y'all can hate me, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not being brainwashed by the net, bro. I stand firm in my opinions. I'm not one of those people that's just gonna change with the times, change my opinion just because everybody's trying to switch up. Naruto has always been on top in the big 3. Like, I don't know why y'all got brainwashed and y'all are thinking is Bleach now on top. Bro, that shit is not on top. They do got drip in that hoe though, I won't lie. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, bro, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.